this was disturbing. Ken Klippenstein has been sounding the alarm about this NSPM 7 move that Trump is doing. And that's just a fancy way of saying that Trump is changing the entire aim of the federal government. And instead of, for example, protecting national security by looking into Al-Qaeda, let's say, or ISIS, now what he's saying is, no, the real problem are leftists. The real problem are liberals. Basically, anybody and everybody who disagrees with MAGA, they're either a terrorist or terrorist adjacent. So this NSPM 7 thing is honestly an attempt to criminalize disagreement with MAGA. I wish I was kidding. I'm not kidding. All right, so here we go. Let's watch some of this. Let's see what he has to say.
Lastly, sir, this is a presidential memorandum on countering domestic terrorism and organized political violence. In recent weeks, months, and years, we've seen a tremendous
organized political violence. Again, body count of 1 for Antifa. In its history, there is no official Antifa organization with a fucking hierarchy and a structure.
Upsurge in some highly visible but also other acts of domestic terrorism and organized political violence being perpetrated by radical politically motivated groups all over the country.
Look at him doing his like I'm a serious man face. Look at his like oh yeah, I'm a president, bro. I'm doing serious president stuff. You see what I'm doing? Meanwhile, you got like a fucking Trump regime D-lister who has to tell him what the fuck he's signing. What, you can't read?
This presidential memorandum will do is set off an administration-wide response to that, ranging from the Joint Terrorism Task Forces to other components of the Department of Justice.
Joint Terrorism Task Force to go after Antifa and BLM. Oh my God, bro. This is so crazy.
Department of Homeland Security and Department of Treasury. We're looking at interdicting these groups, preventing them from performing acts of violence, and also looking at sources of organization and funding and support that prop them.
So in other words, we're looking at sources of funding. So, you know, mainstream liberal organizations like Move On and Indivisible, democratic payment processors like Act Blue, they're now squarely in the crosshairs. Even though all they do is like, hey, if you're a Democratic campaign and you need funding, you use Act Blue and we process your payments. Or if you're Indivisible or Move On, you do perfectly legal protests where it literally says, be peaceful at the protest. They go, no, maybe you're funding terrorism. We're just going to pretend like you're funding terrorism and investigate you and try to make you have to spend hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars fighting this bullshit in court. This is what we're talking about here. He's going for it. He's going for it. He's going for one-party rule. I hope you understand that. I hope everybody gets that. This is not like, oh, we are sliding into authoritarianism. No, bitch, we are there.